Okay, man, I've been waiting for this. I tried to come up with this, did my little research and everything, and I came up with all the conclusions, man. Black men are the most abused in the U.S. today, and here's why. See, it ain't the men who fit the archetype that women like or women go for. It's the guys who don't. From the moment you are a rejected black man, which I call them, as a rejected black man, you don't have you're a third class citizen. The thug, the guy who might be a rapist, but he got swag. Those guys come before you. You come third. Even if you are smart and intelligent, even if you talk a little clearer, even if you don't have a jail record, you're ignored. You're considered this lame loser weirdo in the black community. So they'll tell you that you're nothing, you're weak and this and stuff and all this other crap. So you have to deal with years and decades of them just telling you that you need to do this, you need to do that. You got a whole bunch of old men trying to tell you what to do, even though they're not at the level that they should be telling anybody advice, and all they have is a bunch of memories from females, but they don't have a bunch of stuff they own. So you get called names, called socially awkward, you're told all this other stuff, but that's on the female side. That's from the old heads. Then you have the last generation of old women who calling you names, telling you you're ugly, telling you this and this and that. Then you have the older men and the older men and the older women doing the same thing the younger men at your age are doing. So you're stuck. So you said to yourself, I'm going to do whatever I can to get away from these people. But there's a flaw in your plan. You're not represented right. The rejected black man is not represented right in America, in the U.S. He is considered non-existent. He's a ghost. They don't want to promote you on TV. Black women are not going to keep this narrative about you, about you not being in jail. But they'll keep saying that, well, black women make all the mass incarceration, or, you putting babies out there and all this other stuff, even though it's like 40% of black men who's single. And have no kids. So you're misrepresented by your own community. You misrepresented by the overall community. And by the time you venture out above the black domes, you are now having all these stereotypes that you gotta peel off. First, they think that you're packing all the time. Penis wise, they think you're packing. So when they find out you're not, they disappointed. So they think you're a criminal if you're in the white neighborhoods. Then they figure out you're not. So you go to other races. You learn another language. They misjudge you based off what they seen on TV. And you have to continue to deal with this burden of being a black man. And you consistently being talked about by people you don't know, people who in the same race as you but never cared about you in the first place. And now you have to deal with this daily. Then you try to create something online of like, okay, let me get my word, let me get my voice out there to everybody else. So you go into like a place called the Black Manosphere. Yeah, man, it's all about men and men and men and men and men. Yeah, man, we help black men, we try to put black men. But you see, when you get onto channels, you see them saying, I don't know you. You don't got enough subscribers for me to even put you on my panel. But I'm going to put this black woman on here who says the things that you heard when you were small by older generation and the newer generation in your time. Hey, because I want to make money because I'm a businessman. Or you got people on here telling you, hey, why are you on here if you don't care about things? If you don't care about the world, you don't care. So why don't you just leave the world? And they don't understand that you're trying to tell people out here the difficult journey it is, and your story about you being a rejected black man in America. The rejected black man is a ghost. He has no voice. The rejected black man is the one that they don't want to ever let out in the sun. Because if they let this guy out in the sun, he's going to be better than every one of the people who they put ahead of him. So the rejected man is the most abused in America. The guy who don't fit in, the guy who don't talk the right, who don't say the right things, who don't dress the right way. Like, my personal experience, it's a couple of guys that I want to smack upside their head and knock them out on the floor because they disrespected me at some point. It's a guy I used to hang out with in high school all the way back. Me and him, we was never on bad terms. Last time ever conversation I had, it was like back in like 2005 or 4, and we was cool. So this guy sees me in his store because he work at Family Dollar. So one of his friends said, yo, you know him, right? I remember y'all used to be cool together. Why you ain't gonna say hi to him? No, man, I'm not gonna say hi to that dude. Look at the way he dressed, man. That nigga weird. I could have walked up to him, jawed him in his mouth and broke his jaw. And beat the friend up too. But instead, I walked it off and said, okay. Because what he didn't know, that someone else told me, and I confirmed it, that he used to beat his girlfriend that had his baby mom. So either way, I wasn't going to be hanging out with this dude. And if anybody wants a reference of what this dude looked like and what he is, I can tell you straight out. I can give you his Instagram account and everything. He's a fake ass rapper, a fake SoundCloud rapper at that. He ain't getting nowhere. He work at Family Dollar. Like, I don't mind if I had to work at a Family Dollar, but I wouldn't think that myself is superior than somebody else working at a fucking Family Dollar. No, my fault. It wasn't Family Dollar. It was General Dollar that he worked at. I would at least try to shoot high. At least mid-level. But this dude, man, he didn't try to be a welder. He didn't try to be he tried to do nothing in an automobile. He ain't try to be a repairman. He ain't try to do anything in technology. He ain't try no traits that wasn't gonna have him stocking shelves and stuff. He just went for Family Dollar because he's a SoundCloud rapper. But overall, that's the shit that I'm talking about. People will be in your face, laugh in your face, be your friend, and then even if they talked to you yesterday, they ignore you when somebody's around. But every time you got something new or you around somebody new, they'll come around you and say, what's up, man? Who's this? That is the abuse that the rejected men have to hear. And when a rejected man says about his experience, the women jump up and say, well, no, you didn't go after the this and this and that. And then you prove them wrong when you show them screenshots and conversations you had with the fat woman, the so-called rejected female, which that's bullshit. They can't call themselves that, because if you ever been out here and somebody told you what you wanted to hear, guess what? You ain't rejected. A rejected black male is never told anything good at all. They barely hear compliments on anything they do, even if it's great, even if it's good. This is why I said that the rejected black male is the most abused in the United States of America. We don't have a voice. We're not heard. And then by the time we get to a position, or by the time we get somewhere in life, or by the time we unscathed, and we don't have built up mistakes walking on our shoulders, people get mad and they start talking shit about you because they can't connect with a guy who never been to jail, who never sold drugs, who don't watch sports, who don't listen to rap. They can't put that on you. They can't say you programmed. I don't watch the stuff you watch. What do you mean I'm programmed? Oh no, you contribute to this, man. The educated lames and the rejected black men are the ones going in the ghetto neighborhoods. They leaving females with kids. No, that ain't true. Prove it. Put my picture online. Put my picture online and see if anybody said that I'm a dad. You'll never see it. But it's a couple other lies about me that they didn't even know about me that eventually I'm gonna sue. But that's another story about my Facebook situation. But other than that, it's hard being a guy who's born into a race of people who are limited. They have a small mentality. They have a victimhood. They're just so small-minded that you can't fit into this race you were born into, but you also can't fit into other societies unless you have a payment, unless you have a fee, a door fee for them. See, as a rejected man, you gotta come with a status and a big bank account to buy your way into another race. That's the honest truth. Or if you're a rejected man in the black domes, you have to put a lot of effort in it. Learning another language, learning the culture, and then you'll have a real community to be a part of. So basically, the rejected black men are the most abused in America in the black domes. It's not the good men, it's the rejected men. The rejected men are part of the good men, but even the good men ignore the rejected men because they think they're better than them. And they think oh yeah, man, well, I don't have no problems with this and this and that. But they don't really empathize with the rejected man. The rejected man has a lot of gripes that they never told to the world until now. It sums up a lot of things you see online. When you come up with your gripe about your race of women, they'll say the same talking points. Oh, you're just a weirdo. You're just a creepy guy. You're just this and this and this and that. But when they call a rejected man socially awkward, a weirdo, and creepy, they're just telling you that if you're socially awkward, it means that you're not telling them what they want to hear. You don't look at the same things they look at, and they don't have a place for you in their domes. If they call you creepy, you give off a certain aura they can't understand. They can't read you, so they just pick a word out of a box, out of a hat. Oh, this guy's creepy. Yeah, he's just creepy. I'm not gonna say I don't know how he is. I'm not gonna try to talk to him. I'm not gonna try to, get to know him. He's creepy. And then when they call you, weird or whatever, it's just them saying that you don't fit no narrative that they can put you in. So they just say weird. Weird, socially awkward, and the creepy thing is the three things that rejected black men have to hear all the time from these people. But then when we go to other races, by learning other languages or even being low key, and then people of other races start respecting us and see, hey, yo, this guy's not like them. We have to keep proving ourselves every time we jump from another race, or every time, not even jump from another race, even if we present ourselves to another race, we always have to prove ourselves and say, hey, I'm not that guy that you've seen on TV. I'm not that guy that you hear about all the time. I'm not that guy. We can see, the rejected black man, even a good black man, is continually apologizing for the shit that he never done before to nobody. Hey, I'm not that guy. I'm sorry you had beef with everybody else. That guy robbed you, but I'm not that type of dude. You have to keep saying shit like this. And while we getting abused by our own race of people, the older generation and the younger, in the present generation, even the younger generation will talk about you. You're getting abused by white people, putting you in names. Oh yeah, those black guys are coming over here trying to steal our women. They want around here with BBCs. But guess what? Is they use us as an excuse. So while you just minding your business, they might come in your face. Hey man, stay away from our women, man. We know you. We know what you guys do. I don't know what you're talking about, sir. I'm going over here. You don't live here. It's impossible for a black man to live here and afford this place right here. It's impossible. A black man doesn't drive a car like that. A black man doesn't talk. A black man doesn't have that kind of hobbies. He doesn't like video games. It's impossible. You only like this and this and that. So the rejected black man is continuously having to prove themselves, even if they don't want to, even if they walking down the street like, I don't want to listen to this, man, I'm out of here. You got to defend ourselves. But I should make a video about the things that make somebody a rejected black man. But yeah, I made too many videos for today. So yeah, just saying that, a rejected black man is it's the most abused person ever out here. We're third class citizens. You can't say second class, because third class citizens, but most of the time the rejected men just want to clear their name and not be mentioning crap. Like, hey man, I'm not a part of this, man. Just leave me alone. But hey, we get attacked on both sides by tons and tons and tons and tons of people. And then we got to defend ourselves. So we got to be like, Spartan warriors every single time we get online, or every time we make videos or something. They be like, yeah, man, we've got to struggle to even get any type of traction, because the rejected men, we don't have the characteristics that everybody enjoy and want to be around. But the fact is, we still put in that work. But hey man, like I said, this video might be too long, but as you see, black men are the most abused in America. But for this title of this video, the rejected black men are the most abused in America.